Hi, my name is Stephen Frost. I'm one of the Postgres major contributors and committers to the project. I'm also involved in the Postgres infrastructure team and a few of the other teams around moderation, list moderation, and all things Postgres. I became involved in the Postgres community when I first was looking for an open source alternative to proprietary database systems. And the first database I looked at I wasn't too thrilled with, and eventually I came around to finding Postgres, and I was really impressed with a lot of the capabilities that Postgres had. Once we started using Postgres at the company I was at, I realized that there were capabilities that I wanted to add to the Postgres code base. One of those was the ability for more than one user to be able to truncate tables. That led into a lot of work around changing Postgres to be able to have more than one user be considered an owner. So this was the introduction of the role system into the Postgres system. Roles started out, or Postgres rather, started out with a user and group system similar to Unix users and groups. A lot of the relational databases had already moved on to doing databases with a role-based system, and so I spent a good bit of time reworking the user group system into using roles. Since then, a lot of my work has been around working on Postgres from a security standpoint and from a creature comfort standpoint when it comes to doing systems administration in Postgres. So adding roles, adding column level privileges, working on adding the for each capability to PL/PGSQL, working on row level security. Those were all projects that were all very similar in terms of being interesting from a security and administration perspective. So I enjoy contributing to Postgres because I really enjoy working with the code base. In general, I find the Postgres code base to be very clean and good to work with. Not only that, but there's a lot of really intelligent, interesting conversations to be had with a lot of the other developers, contributors, and committers as well to the Postgres project. The most challenging part of my community work tends to be getting agreement from enough of the community to move forward in a particular direction. That is always an interesting challenge, and there's always a lot of personalities and a lot of good dialogue that goes back and forth. And overall, I think that makes Postgres better because we have a very robust community of contributors who have a lot of different considerations and things to talk about and angles that they're thinking about for Postgres and what the best solution would be for Postgres. I see the Postgres community continuing to grow, and in fact, one of the things I'm really happy to be able to say is that we've added a lot of new committers into the Postgres project. That's something that I'm hoping allows us to move Postgres forward faster and to be able to get more people contributing to Postgres as we continue to grow in terms of popularity and user base. It's by far one of the largest relational database systems out there, and I think for good reason. And we're looking forward to continuing to push forward and make Postgres the #1 relational database system. To anyone who's interested in contributing to Postgres, one of the best ways to do that is by first looking at doing patch review. If the goal is to become a committer or to contribute code to Postgres, looking at patches that other people are proposing, testing them, reading them, understanding how they work is really valuable and a really great learning opportunity for newcomers to the project because they get to see the back and forth a lot of times between committers, the comments that go back and forth between the committer and the patch author, and they also get to read that patch and see how the patch transforms over time, hopefully eventually into a point where the patch ends up getting committed during one of our commit fests, a process that is unique to Postgres, but is one that we found has worked well for helping move Postgres forward. One of the other ways to get involved in the Postgres community is more of an opportunity on an advocacy side. One of the other areas that I try to help out with is through running conferences and being a part of the United States Postgres Association, which is one of the community recognized nonprofits that the Postgres project recognizes. So as we have more members, we're able to do more. We go to various conferences around the country, including Scale, OSCON, PyCon, and we also run the Postgres Open conference that this year is being held in San Francisco. I think that everybody who's interested in Postgres would really benefit strongly from coming to one of our conferences or coming by one of our booths that we have at the other conferences that we run. So I'm often there. I like to go to Scale. I'll be at Postgres Open as well. So I encourage you to come by and say hi. So I'm Stephen Frost. Thank you for your time. I hope that this has been interesting and that you consider and have an opportunity to both contribute to Postgres, use Postgres, and hopefully make it to Postgres Open or one of the other community Postgres events.